So I'm going to start by just giving a couple of little housekeeping kind of things. We're going to do a meditation, and then I'm going to move right into a sound immersion. And my invitation to you is to be completely genuine and authentic with whatever feels good to you. Some of us prefer to stay seated in a meditation. Some of us will be happier and more comfortable lying down. You can do either. There's no right way to do this. So when it comes to the transition between the meditation and the sound bath, it'll just flow. And so you have the option at any point in time. If you choose to start seated, of course, you can just transition into a lying down position. And my main suggestion would be that when you do go into a lying down position, whether it's right from the start or whether you do it after the meditation portion, that you consider the possibility of just having things at hand and setting yourself up so that transition can be easy for you and graceful. If you feel like you want to have something to cover your eyes, like an eye, mine is out of reach to show you, but like if you have an eye cover, an eye mask, or an eye pillow for when you're lying down, that can be very helpful in just sort of dropping a little deeper into your own inner landscape for both the meditation and for the sound journey. So this is a time where if you feel like you need to go grab something, you can do that. And what else might be helpful? When you're lying down, you might want something to put underneath your knees. You might want a blanket to have handy, even though it's summer and it's warm. When we're in a deep state of relaxation, oftentimes we get we cool down. And so it makes sense to just have some things handy for you, so that you don't have to be breaking your focus and your state of relaxation in order to access those things. The other thing that I'll say is at the end of our meditation and our sound journey, I'll bring you back and I'm going to invite that you have the opportunity to just drift off. You might fall asleep during the sound journey, and that's totally fine. And I'm giving all this information ahead of time because some of you may be in a completely different state or dimension at the end of our practice together. And if that's the case, you might want to do some specific journaling at the end of our meditation and sound immersion today, taking pen to paper. Whether you're a regular journaler or not, can be very effective at bringing out information from your heart, because there's a connection from our heart to our hand. And so if you are so inclined, you might also want to have a journal nearby or a pen and paper so that you can just jot down what comes through, some images, some thoughts, some intentions as we are holding space today, specifically in this Lion's Gate, this portal of infinity. If you haven't gotten the imagery, the double 8 is also a double infinity symbol. And so that's why August 8th is so particularly potent every year, is that it brings us into a state of consciousness and connection to the symbology of infinity. And we're held in that infinite space on either side, and it's giving us an invitation to walk through that gate, to walk through that potential. And with that, we are invited to be particularly intentional about it. Whatever it is that is your heart's desire is available to you here. This is what we're seeding. And as we seed what is our true and most authentic heart's desire in this time of the Lion's Gate for ourselves, We are playing our part as a puzzle piece in the whole of the collective consciousness of of humanity, as well as the collective consciousness of the cosmos. And so it is particularly potent for us to be conscious at this point in time in history. Things are moving and accelerating at a rapid pace around us and within us. And so the more that we can be intentional and conscious about our choices, about our thoughts, and about what it is that we're creating within, then we can be more effective in creating the world around us. Because as within, so without. As we stabilize and focus and cultivate a higher frequency, a higher vibration, a more positive, loving, and compassionate framework, perspective, and conversation within, that same positivity and possibility begins to flow outward. We have a natural effect on the world around us. That's the state of the cosmic quantum field. And whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, you are a part of that. So we might as well play the game consciously rather than unconsciously. With that said, I also want to share with some deep excitement that I have in this Lionsgate portal actually received my first shipment of the published journal that I've been working on for a number of years. And it is called A Seeker's Guide to Wellness. It is a guided journal to walk you through the chakra system, invite multiple different exercises, reflective prompts, and give you a bunch of education about those chakras and some useful practices. It's chock full of opportunities to take advantage of if you are a seeker of well-being. If you are here today, that qualifies you as a seeker of well-being. And you can access my book by clicking the link that I am going to be putting onto the chat, and I'll put that on towards the end of the practice so that, well, actually, maybe I'll just put it on now in case those of you who want to check it out. I think we're pretty much all here. And you'll see there's a link to A Seeker's Guide to Wellness, and if you don't pick up the link from the chat right now, you can always reach out to me and I will happily send you information, or you'll also see a link to it on the Emily Jo Flow website, so there's lots of funnels through which you'll have access to the book. And there's also one last piece that I'd like to share. Accessible through the Seeker's Guide to Wellness website, you'll see, as well as the Emily Jo Flow, you'll see something about a chakra sound journey or integrative courses. And that chakra sound journey is something that you might like to access. It gives you actually gives you 7 different videos. Each one of them focuses on a different chakra. It has a yoga nidra guided meditation and a sound journey. And you would have access to those videos and be able to use them at any point in time. So that's there as well for you to support yourself during this time as we continue to move forward in our evolution of our own unique and individual consciousness. Okay, so with that said, I am going to mute the rest of you, and as you know probably from a prompt on the computer, I am recording this and only for the purpose of accessing it and putting it up onto YouTube for others to access it, but it will only show my my video screen. It won't have any of you involved, I promise. And so now I invite you to start to shift gears into our meditation. So again, you might choose to lay down, you might choose to sit up. There might be some variation of that makes sense to you. What's important is that you feel neutral in your spine and without any strain or discomfort in your body. And I'm going to begin with a slow invitation to some deeper breath. And I'm going to work with my drum to support that. So I'll invite you now to begin to just soften, listening to the sound of your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose naturally, just being present with what is organic and authentic for you. Notice the back side of your body and allow for tension that you become aware of to soften. Relax the shoulders. Relax the low back and the hips. Relax the feet, the knees. Relax the belly. Relax your hands, your elbows. Relax your neck. Relax your scalp, your forehead, your ears. Relax your cheekbones, your eyes, your tongue, your jaw. Relax, soften, and allow for your attention to fall back into the ebb and flow of your breath. As you inhale deeply through the nose, allow yourself to pause at the top, just being present with that sense of contained expansion. Exhaling slowly, and once again pausing, feeling that sense of emptiness at the bottom of your breath. Inhaling slowly through the nose, pausing at the top. Exhaling, allowing the breath to fall from the mouth if that's genuine and authentic for you. Falling into that emptiness, observing it. And once again, inhaling. Pausing and exhaling. And pausing. As you allow yourself to be in this deeply relaxed state, I'm going to invite you to take 3 giant breaths in and out through the mouth like this. Just relax now. Allow your awareness to drop into the center of your brain. And at the center of your brain, notice the portal. An indigo violet light flowing, emanating, and opening. You find yourself walking toward this space at the center of your brain, floating through this portal. And as you enter this portal, you feel the shape of that indigo violet light flowing in an infinity flow on either side. The center opening for you to float through. And as you float through, in front of you appears a staircase. As you begin to rise up that staircase, it turns, spiraling upward. And you find yourself floating upward and upward through each twist and turn, spiraling upward. You've gone up 3 twists and turns. You feel yourself getting lighter and lighter. And you feel that infinity energy flowing up alongside of you like wings, supporting your float up the spiral staircase until you find yourself all the way up. You've gone up 6 twists and turns, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and 11. And at the 11th twist, you find yourself greeted by your higher self and by the guardians and angels that are there to greet you with open arms and loving hearts and shapes and colors and lights. And they take your hand and they guide you toward a big fluffy cloud upon which you sit on a crystalline bench. And they all sit around you and they are here to just hear you, to listen to your own heart's desires. And you feel your heart begin to sing its song, its most authentic and genuine desires flowing. Perhaps not even in words, but in sounds and lights and textures and symbols. Your heart is open and they are here to hear you, to validate it, to hold space, and to remind you that everything is possible. You feel held completely in their heart space, an unconditionally loving frequency surrounds you, holds you. The cloud itself is that frequency of unconditional love and infinite possibility. The crystalline bench supporting you, reminding you that everything is possible. Everything is a choice. As you feel complete and heard, your loving family of spirit guides, angels, ancestors, they've all come to celebrate your heart's desire. And now they guide you back in celebration and song. They surround you as your infinity wings carry you back toward the staircase. And this time, as you approach the staircase, you do so with deeper understanding of just who you are and what you're here to do and be and celebrate, create. And with joy in your heart, you begin to move down the staircase, but this time you enjoy and are conscious in every step along the way as you move through the dimensions. Via each twist and turn of this beautiful staircase, you begin to notice what surrounds you, the cosmos, the golden, sparkling lights, the constellations of your soul family holding space for you. And gently, mindfully, you find your way, consciously choosing to move back at your own pace through this dimensional staircase of loving light and pure possibility. invite you back to the image of your return downward through the spiral staircase of loving light and infinite possibility. Your infinity wings carrying you downward and finally settling you into your present body via the portal at the center of your brain. That indigo violet light making its way into every cell of your body. As you land here in this present moment, slowly becoming aware of your physical body, allowing the ebb and flow of your breath to guide you back inward, bringing you a sense of vitality, possibility. And breath by breath, feeling your way back into the body, while remembering the sensation of your infinity wings at your side carrying you and carrying the song of your heart with you, holding you in that truth, in that genuine and authentic call from your own heart space, reminding you of what will bring you joy, what it is that you truly desire to create, to manifest, and to hold you in this potential of the Lion's Gate, this infinite state, this 0 point state of pure potential. I invite you to remain in this still, quiet space with yourself for as long as it feels just right to you. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your choice to be here, to share this time and space, this sacred circle, and this amplification of all of our desires. Our hearts singing together as we move through the gate of potential. Thank you all so very much for choosing to be here now. Namaste.